Orioles Cardinals kicks off tonight. 3 games set out there in St. Louis. St. Louis guys, they've been the level of consistency of an organization over the last 2 decades, except for the last 2 seasons. They haven't been off to a great start again this year. They had a lot of turmoil last year, and they're kind of in that tough period where they're not young enough where they can rebuild.
Yeah.
They have a team that they still think that can compete, but right now they sit at 20-26, 7 games out of the first place Milwaukee Brewers. But this is a team that has some veteran presence. I mean, Zach, they still have Nolan Arenado and Goldschmidt, but those 2 stars haven't necessarily swung the bat well so far this season.
No, not at all. And actually, it's kind of been it's been the norm the past 2 years, going into last year's just underperformance from stars for the Cardinals. Like you said, they're in a very interesting situation because you have the guys like Goldschmidt, Arenado, Nolan Gorman, Walker. They actually, while their top prospects, was hitting decently well, but they keep sending him down. It's just one of those situations there. Wilson Contreras gets hurt where on paper, it's sort of like the Blue Jays. On paper, you look at their 1 through 9 and you're like, this team should be winning ball games, but it just hasn't been there. You have guys underperforming. Paul Goldschmidt's not off to a good start at all. But it's a series that if you're the Orioles, you definitely want to take 2 of 3 from, because this is a team that can be tough because of just the veteran presence, but they are not playing well right now. They haven't really in like a year and a half, and you don't want to just give this series away.
Honestly, I don't think that I'm not going to get too crazy.
Yeah, don't get too
But they should sweep these guys, and I hope that they sweep these guys because of what New York is doing. And New York is the ability to sweep the Mariners in their upcoming series right now, too. They're already on a 7-game tear. The Orioles have a chance to go on a 7-game tear themselves if they can sweep the Cardinals and then sweep the White Sox, and with Boston coming back in town towards the end of the month.
Yeah. And so just to keep that in mind here before we dive a little bit further in, is it's a long season. The Yankees are playing extremely well. They're red hot. It helps. You know what? I still think the White Sox, don't count them out yet. Don't count them out. The Fighting Gavin Sheets and the Chicago White Sox, but it's been a rough go for the Chicago White Sox.
A little bit.
The Yankees are taking care of the teams they got to take care of. That's what's happening.
And that's what I was trying to say.
And Aaron Judge has gotten going with Juan Soto.
Stanton, too.
So, and Stan's swinging the bat better as well. You already have Volpe. Like, that's a very talented team that they have there. One of the best bullpens, actually, there at the top, I believe, in bullpen ERA.
No Cole.
No Garrett Cole. Correct.
So, like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, my hope is that the Orioles at least take 2 out of 3, but I really would like to see them sweep just because of how the Yankees are playing as an Orioles fan. So, will it happen? I think it's probably unlikely that you see a sweep. It's really hard to sweep teams, but it would be great to see that happen, just to keep up with the Yankees because they're playing so damn good right now.
So good. So good. I mean, actually, we'll have a chance to look at this in here in a moment, but before we move on further, I wanted to just, maybe Zach, you can do this for us. If you don't mind, Zach, pulling up our MVP odds for the American League right now would be great.
Yeah.
And also talking about percentages, since we just talked about the Yankees and Orioles, I'm curious about the odds right now to win the AL East. And consider it a time to talk about with our friends up at the Hollywood Casino in Charlestown Races, which, again, we are setting up a time to go back up there. And for those that think Charlestown is very far away, it's not. It's an hour and 15 minutes for us. It took maybe an hour and a half at max. I don't know what it was.
Well, we left from Owings Mills. It took an hour.
Yeah, we were cruising on that. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, maybe because the Preakness just happened, and I can see why people like horse racing. I can see that. The amount that people are going out there. But in Charlestown, they have the horse racing up there that you can be a part of. But for us, more importantly, we're going to go back up there and do a live show in the future. We'll keep you guys posted. We'd love for you to be there for some of the events that are happening. And apparently, if you're a Penn Play member, show of hands. You guys like complimentary?
That's free stuff, right?
Yeah. Complimentary.
Give me all the free stuff.
No, complimentary.
Okay.
Complimentary, right, Kevin?
Like at a hotel. Complimentary.
Complimentary, yes. Apparently, just in West Virginia, they don't do it in D.C. and Virginia, but complimentary beverages if you're a Penn Play member there.
Oh.
So I am going to be looking for some complimentary when we go up there next time. But do you have the odds real quickly, Zach, so we can talk about them?
Yeah. So right now, the American League MVP odds. Do you want me to share my screen? I can. This is courtesy of FanDuel. So right now, Juan Soto is leading in the odds at plus 280, followed by Aaron Judge in third place for AL MVP at plus 390.
That's insane.
Yeah, no, that's stupid. But Bobby Witt Jr. coming in at plus 410 and Gunnar Henderson at plus 550. I understand Aaron Judge being in the top 5. I don't think he's jumped to number 2, in my opinion.
That makes no sense.
Well, I think it's by pedigree of what they think they are capable of doing moving forward.
Without a doubt. Then if we move over to division winners, right now the New York Yankees currently
are the favorites.
Yeah, favorites at minus 230.
Huh.
Orioles go to plus 210.
I mean, New York's a good team, but I think some of that might just be New York Ticks.
Well, and and they're playing well right now, and the Orioles have a tough month coming up here in June, and there's a long season. But guys, hey, we're not going to say anything you should or shouldn't do, but plus 210 for the Orioles, if you are into that type of thing, that's not a bad value if you believe the Orioles. And last year, the Tampa Bay Rays were off to the historic start. So, Brad, to your point, we just wanted to mention it. That's why I wanted to show these numbers. Everyone thought it was Tampa Bay's division to lose last year, right? And then Tampa Bay was not the same team that they started. Now, you got to be able to continue to go on, but I think the Orioles are in a great position. You just got to ride out the storm when a team's red hot right now. And the Yankees are red hot, but they're right there on their heels to have a chance.
Yeah.
And that's all you want as you move closer, because when you get further in the season, you just want to be in striking distance. That's what happened last year. And for the Orioles now, there's a chance, going back to the series for a second, there's a chance they could see Kyle Gibson on Thursday, former Oriole, which, again, would be a bittersweet moment for fans, even though Oriole fans are going to say, hey, we hope we light him up. But, I mean, James McCann, I wish I'd talked more about that with him, was – Gibson was a huge part of that. You heard him talk about that, how that their leadership mattered so much. So hopefully the best for Gibson. But overall, as a team, pitching-wise for the Cardinals, hasn't been what we would call, the overall best season for them. I'm even trying to find – I just had their number here. Yeah, 24th in baseball with team ERA, 4.49 ERA, and their offense right now is averaging – under 4 runs a game at 3.8, which puts them at 25th in baseball. So when you're looking at these metrics, or at least the numbers wise, this is, again, another series, when most series is going to be this case, favors the Orioles.
So as Zach was pulling up the odds, I actually pulled up my own, and I am about ready to place a bet today, because I was looking through and seeing what was what. I got the O's on the run line minus 1.5, or the Cardinals minus 1.5. Total runs over 7.5. Does that make sense to you guys?
Well,
total runs scored.
It depends. How frisky do you think the O's offense is getting?
That's what I'm saying. 24th in ERA. I feel like that could be a good. Dean Kramer also over 4.5, which strikeouts, which I think that should be a lock, right?
Dean's been throwing the ball well.
10 strikeout. He's had 2 10 strikeout outings, and then last time he was out, I think he threw 6 or 7. So, and then Gunnar Henderson over 1.5 bases.
Gunnar, hopefully he's seeing the ball extremely well. I have a feeling he'll be in the lineup. Look, what this is, you guys everyone can make their own decisions. But Brad, I'm glad you threw out some numbers there that could be appealing to those, and just maybe you can help Kevin get over his woes.
Yeah, great payouts on those two.
Yeah. You're a good kid, Kevin. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Zach.
I was going to say, I retract my previous statement of saying it's stupid that Aaron Judge is.
Yeah, I'm glad you did.
Just because I've been looking at I don't think he should be second, but
no chance he should be second.
When you compare the two, he is closer to Gunnar than I thought, especially. I mean, obviously he's played in 4 more games, but I did not realize that obviously his OPS has flown up over the past, I think, 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But Aaron Judge, he's putting up. I did not think his numbers had gotten that good over the past few weeks, but I still don't think he should be second. I think Gunnar or Bobby Witt Jr. should be ahead of him, but I understand closer to why they have him at second, but I still think he should be probly top 5.
Juan Soto at number 1 makes a ton of sense.
Oh, without a doubt, he should be number 1.
He's in 311.
Yeah,
he's got more walks than strikeouts.
Yeah.
Guys, really, really good.